Hey YouTube, today we're going to insulate the inside of this garage door. This garage door is just a regular aluminum or metal garage door. There's no insulation in here. This is the metal, the same piece that's on the outside. There's no insulation here, and in the evening sun in the summertime, that thing heats up a whole lot. When it's 90 degrees outside, it's over 100 degrees on the inside, just simply because the outside of this garage door is dark and it just radiates all that heat on the inside. We're gonna insulate both of these garage doors, this one and this one, utilizing this Polypro insulating foam board. This has an R value of 6, and if you know anything about R value, the higher the R value, the better the insulation. To achieve that insulation, we must have about 3/4 inch worth of air gap between the shiny foil side and the metal surface of this garage door. The other side of the foam board is white, just like this, and we're gonna have that facing out. So let's go ahead and get started. On this particular garage door, there are 8 sections, right? 8 sections like this. And we're gonna fit the foam board in between the main frame of the garage door, and we're gonna tuck it up under this lip. And maybe it's easier to see here, there's a lip here and there's a lip right here, and we're gonna tuck it up under there. What we gotta do is measure the size, the width and the height that we want to use for each section. Now, it's important to measure each section because each section might be a little bit different. To measure each section, instead of using a regular tape measure, I'm using this little infrared tape measure. In measuring in between the main frame rails at this garage door, this is a little shiny metal. The shine throws the laser off a little bit, so it's a good idea if you're using one of these, just put a little piece of tape on the metal surface so you get a good clean measurement. And when you're measuring from the inside of the lip to the inside of the lip of the upper portion, make sure you measure from the highest ridge. If there are ridges, sometimes like this garage door, there's some ridges in here to add a little bit of strength to it. Make sure you measure from the highest ridge here to the highest ridge here. That way you get the actual size of the piece you're going to use. And we're going to do this for each section. And we want to make sure we measure to the highest ridge. So this gives a dimension of that one piece, and we're going to do that for all 8 pieces. Now, how are we going to achieve the 3/4 inch worth of air gap that's required to give you the R value is that the scraps from cutting this piece of foam board, we're going to make little strips that go behind this. So the foam board has some flex on it, so we could flex it to fit in place. We put a piece of scrap behind here, glue it in place. That way we have that space behind it or in between the door and the reflective piece on the foam board. And I'll show you what I mean. I measured all 8 sections here, and luckily on this one particular garage door, they're all the same size. So I could go ahead and transfer my measurements into markings on this thing, mark it out and cut it out, and we could start working on this. So now I have these 2 pieces, and what I'm gonna do with them is they're gonna go right here behind this little lip, and that gives us the space in between, the air gap in between the 2. In fact, we could actually rip these in 2 again because they're too thick, because that takes away a lot of the air gap in between the 2, but it's too much trouble. You know, I probably have enough scrap just from these to actually finish. Let's see, I'd have enough to do probably most of the door if I go ahead and rip these in 2. So I'll probably rip these in 2 again, put them behind here. What we want to do is make sure we clean this out, because I'm going to run a little bead of glue along the back of this to hold it in place. Just going to wipe it off. I want to beat a glue along the back of this thing. And that should hold it in place. When I put it up here, it should hold it in place. Yep. We're going to do the same along the piece at the bottom. Oops. The trick now becomes the finagling. This piece up in here has a little bit of flex on here, so you could get it in just like that. You just have to push it in. There's it, first piece in place. Now let's go ahead and repeat that with the other 7 pieces. Alright, so here it is all finished. Just this one door. I still have the other one to do, and the other one is the one with 8 panels in it. So I'll probably do that one at another time. But here it is, all finished. Get a little bit close, and you'll see there's about a 1-inch air gap behind this right here. And when it gets hot later on in the week, it's almost summertime, but for some reason today is 60 degrees. It was 90 degrees, so hopefully the next time we have a 90-degree day, I'll be done with the other garage door and it'll be cooler inside. I hope you enjoyed this video. I have a mess to clean up, but if you like this video, hit the subscribe button and we'll see you on the next one. God bless you.